It's a scene repeated daily in almost every school in California and across the nation. Final bell, classrooms empty, students boarding buses to head for home. Nearly 400 kids at Sacramento's Main Avenue Elementary are done for the day. But today, 122 stay behind. For these students, it's the start of something else, something positive. An early supper marks the beginning of daily participation in the Sacramento START after-school program. It's similar to programs found at as many as 4,000 California public schools. Local administrators say few places need it more than the tiny Robla School District.
As you look over my shoulder here, you see a horse pasture. It looks like a rural area. We have no hospital in this area. We have really no community agencies located in this area. So our count tells us that about 93% of our students are living in poverty, which is a very high percentage.
After-school programs provide kids a safe and healthy place to go when the school day ends.
The two options that we hear the most from parents is we're going to ask Susie or Johnny to come home and lock the door. And what that typically means is the child is sitting in front of a video game or a TV set and losing that opportunity to learn. And then in some cases, the parents have said, I'll have to quit my job so I can be home and make sure that that's not what's happening to the child.
Other things that can happen: poor nutrition, lack of exercise, the lure of the streets, diminished hope for the future.
Except for my brother would not like this.
The START program is these kids' daily reprieve from those challenges, a hands-on foray into art and science, sport and exercise, and the simple art of collaboration. Ulysses Rivera runs the show with his START staff, and he doesn't want to hear the words daycare.
We like to make sure that the participants and their families understand that we're a program. It's not daycare. It's about what can we do to make sure these students are successful as they move forward.
The program really provides fundamental support that the children need, educationally, academically, socially. They get physical activity, and almost one of the most important things that they get through our program is supper at the end of the day. For some of the kids that attend our program, that could be the last meal that they have until they come to school the next day.
We have a real opportunity here to do some great things and to make sure that these kids are career and college ready and successful throughout their lives.
That seems a tall order for a daily 3-hour session, but Ulysses himself grew up a foster child 2 miles away. He knows the difference a healthy after-school program can make.
I know myself, my foster brothers, my sisters, they could have benefited from a program like this when we were that age, and they weren't as accessible, they weren't as abundant as they are now.
Helping Ulysses is popular staff member Josh Bosick. He was a 5th grader when the START program began at this school. His mother says the experience helped him find a direction.
Seeing him develop and just mentor and help these kids and encourage them, it's an awesome thing to see happening.
Janelle's daughter Jasmine is also a START student. She knows her daughter is safe and engaged while Janelle and her husband are at work.
These programs are very important for the working families, and especially low-income families that can't afford to pay for either a babysitter or a daycare program, because without it, I mean, I don't know how parents will be able to work.
The great experience that the child has after school also increases the child's engagement with the regular day as well. Oftentimes, there's time and space for a child to learn in different ways, in creative ways. There's more time than there is in the structured classroom.
I have thought about being a doctor or something. I actually used to make little videos of being a doctor or a dentist or something. Hi!
Sacramento START is just one of dozens of programs providing similar services around the state. Unlike many, it's free, but like most, it's in need of a lifeline of its own. After 11 years of flat funding, After-school education recently got a $50 million boost from California's legislature. Expanded Learning Director Michael Funk says that helped.
But really, it's $8.19 per day to provide a high-quality program for 3 hours and sometimes more. It's still very low.
So low, says Jackie Beecham, it can't really be done without some very creative partnering. That job falls largely on her shoulders.
The reimbursement rate is not enough to really cover the costs of the program. It really relies on us being strategic in the way that we allocate funds, the way that we utilize staff, and then the partners that we build to help us provide these services for the youth.
Beecham says the challenge is finding and retaining the best staff available. Then engaging local arts, science, and theater groups, and organizations like 4-H and the United Way to help enrich the kids' afternoon hours.
We know that crime triples every day between 3 and 6 o'clock in neighborhoods that don't have these after-school programs. There's a whole host of negative consequences if these programs don't exist. The positives are there's graduation rate goes up. Students feel better about their school in general. Students want to come to school at the beginning of the day because they want to also participate in the after-school programs.
Superintendent Torlickson and other public education officials say countless studies show funds spent on after-school programs like START are clearly dollars well spent. But the families of these children don't need reminders that dollars are hard to come by. Superintendent Reyes says if parents trust them with their children, they can also trust them to somehow find those funds.
You know, unfortunately, we have a lot of things to do, and seeking out funding sources, it would be great to spend our time on things that are more closely related to what our children's immediate needs are. But if that's what it takes, then I'm confident that that's what my staff and our partners will continue to do.